Hello and welcome to 9 Inch Charge. Welcome to another instalment of the Two Dannies. Welcome, Dan.
Hey, Dan.
So this is just where me and Dan have a bit of a natter about something hobby related and then go to the pub afterwards.
Hopefully, although the kids, well, yeah, because kids, we might not be doing the pub straight afterwards. But
But we will get there eventually.
Yeah.
Today we are going to talk about chess clocks. Now this is something that come up on Twitter and it come up in Azure Weekly, and it's been kind of floating around a little bit. Would chess clocks improve matched or tournament play?
Well, I guess I probably should preface this by saying I'm not. I haven't played in a lot of tournaments. I've played some, and I wouldn't say tournament play is like my top. Absolutely, what I'm looking for. Do I think that they would improve tournament play? I suppose they might for people that are really, tournaments and competitive gaming are their kind of bread and butter. I think, at least you could practice to them, couldn't you? You could practice your army to them. You'd know, like, you wouldn't be disadvantaged just because you or your opponent took like a massive army.
I think last time we recorded some Two Dannies, we talked about why we like matched play, because we like the idea of all things being equal. And I think if you introduce chess clocks, it's another way to make sure that everything is equal and everything is completely fair. The thing that I thought about it was how often, and it does happen, but it doesn't always happen. How often do you play a game where it lasts all the way to the end, or how often is it decided in like turn 3 or turn 4?
Well, we went for a stage, didn't we, where it was being like turn 2 or 3 was it. It didn't really matter, did it? It just seemed to. It's quite rare that it went all the way.
So I'm thinking back to the last tournament I went to, and I know I can remember the last game of the tournament went right to the end, and actually it was quite a complex scenario for us to work out. And by the end of it, me and my opponent were quite like exhausted almost, because we didn't expect it to go so far and so much to the wire, and we had to kind of add up, oh, if this happens, how many points will this be? And it was very, very close and a very tense and intense game. And at that point, when you have a game like that, you don't really want to feel like someone is hogging all of the time or slowing things up. But for the most part at the event, it was pretty obvious how the game was going by turn 3. And I think this is a normal thing in Age of Sigmar, because this is why they introduced the rule that you can destroy an opponent's or an objective of your choice in turn 3 if you go second, because it was such a disadvantage to get double turned in turn 3.
I think for me, I mean, the only time I've enjoyed having that sort of time element is when you're playing like a co-op game, like Space Hulk used to have a timer, and it was to try and represent a thematic reason, a narrative reason. I wouldn't particularly want to play Warhammer with a clock because, to be honest, it's a laid-back experience for me. But that being said, I think in a tournament setting, particularly one where, you've seen more and more now, like tournaments will have a specific terrain set up and the terrain is all identical, and it's very much designed to make it fair or make it the same across all things. And I think adding it into that probably would work for people.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think in terms of, like we said, about fairness and all things being equal, I suppose it's the natural way to go. But I also wouldn't want to play to it because, like you said, when I go to a tournament, as much as I want to feel that it's fair and it's competitive, I think I still ultimately just go for the enjoyment of the game. And sometimes things do take a bit longer. So, for example, if I'm playing against a Seraphon player and it's their hero phase and they've got, multiple slams or something and all these different spells and things that they've got to get through in the hero phase compared to what I usually take, which is just 2 heroes and one of them is a wizard, but they're kind of a naff wizard. Like my hero phase is just done kind of straight away, and I think sometimes it is a bit frustrating when someone is a bit slower, but also you've got to think. I know you go to the setting and you prepare for the event that you're going to, but some people might be new and they might want to just get a couple games under their belt, and they might not quite, you kind of find your level in a tournament, don't you? So if you're brand new, hopefully with the way it's matched, but by the sort of the second day, you're playing people who are kind of at the same kind of level as you are. But I just think those people might get kind of stressed out by the fact that they're quite new and they just want to roll some dice and meet some people.
Part of the game. I wouldn't want it to be part of the
yeah.
Add a set amount of time to play your turn. I wouldn't be into that at all. I think if you were going to have like a Warhammer Age of Sigmar Masters, and you're going to end up with like the top 16 players in the world that are really into their tournament play, then absolutely. And actually, it becomes like, if you know you've got 20 minutes a turn or whatever it is, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it just becomes another element that you've got to plan your army to, doesn't it?
Yeah, I would say exactly right. Masters and things like that, if you're an expert and you're very top tier competitive, absolutely. And the other one that I would say it would be quite good for is for if you were streaming a game or something like that, and then you can kind of keep to a time frame. But I did put it to the community, so let's see what the community say. I think you'll be quite interested in this result, actually, Dan. So I put it up there, and I said, would chess clocks improve match/tournament play for Age of Sigmar? And it had 66 votes, and it was 33 votes yes and 33 votes no.
I'm telling you now, the person that voted was the 66th person to vote. Just picked whichever one needed to get them. I think for me, well, as we've already said, I don't think it's black and white, like should they be in the game or not? Yes, no. I think there are scenarios where it would probably add to a specific type of person's enjoyment of the game. And there are scenarios where, well, for example, if me and you have been to some Age of Sigmar tournaments and sort of more narrative things, and if I saw an event and it had a clock at it, I would be thinking that's not really an event for me. And that's doesn't make the event bad. And actually, it's probably a good thing, because if you want to go and be tested top tier playing Age of Sigmar, you don't want me to rock up. To be honest.
I was just thinking then, would I want it in narrative play? And I was thinking maybe I would, because you could be like, right, you've got to hold off until lunchtime, and then at lunchtime a Skaven horde appears, and then you play like for an hour or two, and then like the Skaven horde appears or something like that.
Fantastic narrative reasons to add in a time clock. Just like you said, there's reinforcements coming over the hill, and they're coming in like an hour's time. Or more importantly, the bar closes. You need to get stuff done.
Yeah. There was one comment from Neil C. I've got no patience unless you're new. All right. I think unless you have anything more to say on that one, I think that rounds that topic out. So chess clocks, I think we were both in the no category. So had we both voted, we could have tipped it.
Yeah, as I say, I think it's circumstance, really.
A very close one, much closer than I thought. But thank you very much for watching, everybody. If you have any suggestions on topics you'd like us to cover, let us know in the comments, and let us know what you think about the introduction of chess clocks for match play tournaments.
Also, let us know if you want us to record the two Dannies in the pub, because there's a movement to get that to happen.
We were talking about it. I just worry that the pub would be really noisy and raucous. And also, I worry that as we get kind of 2 or 3 topics in, the slurring would just be, we just become inaudible. And especially you and I would get more Devonian/Cornish, and it would just be
undoubtedly say something that would completely end my involvement on any level of social media for wargaming for the rest of my life.
Maybe it could be a live event. That would be quite good, and people could come and drink along.
Yeah, and ask questions.
Yeah, okay. If you'd like to see that, leave a comment and
We
we'll.
could even turn it into some kind of drinking game.
Oh my goodness! I can just see myself. Like every time I walk back in the Sandringham, will just be I just get stares because of the time I stood up at the table and just went for Sigma and then down my ale. Oh my god, yeah, I can see the night going just up to the bar. Do you sell Bugman 6X?
Well, we need to go and do it at Warhammer World, don't we?
Oh yeah, that would be. I think that is probably the only venue where it would be acceptable.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much for watching, guys, and we'll catch you next time. Thank you very much for watching. Please be sure to leave a comment and let me know what you think. I do read every single comment. If you've enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like. And if you'd like to see more content like this in the future, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you'd like to take the conversation even further, you can join the 9 Inch Charge Hobby Hangout group on Facebook. This is a place for us to come together as a community and encourage each other and chat about our hobby, and feel free to share your models, thoughts, ideas, or ask any questions that you may have. There's a link in the description below. And if you'd like to support the channel, you can find a link in the description to our Patreon page, or you could become a YouTube member. And you can also support the channel by using the affiliate link we have to Element Games. They have a really extensive hobby range. I'm sure you can find anything that you're looking for on there, and they also sell it at a discount to Games Workshop. And if you use the affiliate link, we get a small amount of commission back that we can use to put back into the channel. As ever, this has been 9 Inch Charge. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you next time.